cool way that we figured out basically to give yourself the organic #1 spot without actually being there, right? So one of the very coolest things that we've learned recently about advertising on Amazon and about launching products is that traffic has a direct correlation to ranking, right? And so a lot of other gurus will tell you, you don't want traffic to your listing. If you aren't converting on that traffic, right, it'll just be empty. It'll be empty clicks, empty traffic, right? We've absolutely 100% proven that wrong. The more traffic that comes to your listing, the more rank Amazon gives you, right? Especially outside traffic. If you're driving traffic from Facebook, from Twitter, from Pinterest, from Instagram, Amazon greatly rewards that. Obviously, more so when you actually convert on the sales, but any traffic to your listing is good traffic, right? And so one of the cool things that we figured out is through Amazon Marketing Services, which I recommend all my students to sign up for, right? Just Google search Amazon Marketing Services, go through, usually Vendor Express is the easiest way to do it. Go sign up. It gives you access to super powerful marketing tools that you can't use in other areas of Seller Central, right? And so let's take a look at one example. So if we go into Garlic Press, right? So we just search Garlic Press in our normal browser here. One of the cool things that you can do is see this ad right here, right? So a lot of people might not notice this, but you're actually directly advertising in their listing, right? And so when we're in this listing, you can actually see that a great example of something that you might want to advertise is a slightly different product that might fulfill a slightly different niche, right? You wouldn't want to advertise the exact same stainless steel steel mincer and silicone rolling tube, right? Because why would somebody buy yours down here when they're already in this listing? It has 1,800 reviews or whatever, right? And so this person is doing a good job, right? Because they're not actually selling a garlic press. What they're selling is a premium metal lemon lime squeezer, right? So people might think, these holes might not be big enough. Maybe it's not made for citrus, right? And so they might have, some little thoughts in the back of their head, which are saying, they see this and they come to this listing thinking that they want a quality metal lemon and lime squeezer, and then they actually see the garlic press, and then they say, okay, well, maybe this is actually what I want. Right? And so if we go here, right, so this person is doing the same thing, right? They're advertising their juicer on an obviously well-made listing with almost 1,000 reviews, bestseller in manual juicers, right? They're advertising maybe a premium option for people who come to this top-rated squeezer, but maybe they're looking for something a bit more luxurious, a bit more automated, right? You're obviously having to do this with your own hands, and so we can come here, right? And so now we see this review. This only has 17 reviews, right? Only 4 stars, $439. So it's kind of an expensive option, right? And so finally, we end our chain of product display ads. But let's take a look at how we make them and why it's important. But first, before we do that, let's take one more look at the garlic press. All right, so right now we're in all categories, right, which is important. So if we actually go into this listing, and I'm pressing Control F on my keyboard, Command F because I have a Mac, and I'm using this little symbol right here. So this is the easiest way to kind of see what actual subcategories and subcategories of subcategories that people are ranking for with their specific products, right? And so it's #1 in kitchen and dining, kitchen utensils and gadgets, seasoning and spice tools, garlic tools, and garlic peelers, right? So if we look at garlic peelers, there's also an ad for garlic presses, right? And so let's take a look at why that's important. So let's open up garlic peelers. Let's also open up garlic presses, right? And so these are different tools, right? Spice and tool, garlic tools, seasoning, spice and tool, garlic tools, garlic presses, right? So there's a difference between garlic peelers and garlic presses. So you can see that the best seller in both garlic peelers and garlic presses is this item right here, right? But what's interesting is that we're looking at garlic peelers versus garlic presses. The #2 item is actually different, right? And so when you're looking for items that you want, that have the most organic traffic, that are making the most sales because they're at the top of the garlic press, they're at the top of the Amazon bestsellers in their specific category, right? You know that this is the one that you want to choose. And so if we head into marketing services, this is what we're doing, right, guys? Your product display ads. And so what this is doing, right, it shows you very clearly this is where you set it up, right? If you want to target shoppers viewing specific products or categories, you do that here. If you want to target shoppers with specific interests, you do it here, right? So we're going to look at actual products, right? So we want to grab this person's ASIN out of their URL, right? And ASINs always kind of look the same. They're in the URL like this. They're pretty easy to grab. So if we want to target it by an actual product, then right here, select your product. So say you were selling, a lemon and lime squeezer combo with, maybe like a margarita set of glasses or something like that, right? You'd put your own ASIN here, right? So just for the sake of showing you guys exactly how to do it, let's grab a separate ASIN, right? So let's say that this is our ASIN here, right? And if we want to target specific products, we come here, right? And let's go back into the first one we were looking at, which is here. So we grab this ASIN. Then basically we type that in here, right? And so now what's happening, this is our product, right? Select your product. So I want to sell my Good Grips soft handled garlic press, and I want to have it display an advertisement in this listing, right? We know that it's the #1 organic listing because it's the top seller in all of its subcategories, right? So we know it has huge amounts of traffic, and we know that people are going to see our product, especially if they're horizontally related but not exactly the same. People are going to see our product and they're going to click on our product, right? And so that's going to get us traffic, it's going to get us sales, and it's going to increase our organic search term ranking, right? Because it's associating the search that the customer initially makes with our sale, which is super important. I'm going to say it one more time, right? So a customer is typing in garlic press, or maybe they're typing in lemon press. This comes up, right, because it has a huge amount of organic sales. It has a huge ranking. Maybe they're advertising for those specific words, right? So somebody types in lemon press, they see this come up. They click on it, but even though it's not a lemon press, they click on it, and then they see your ad in the bottom right for the actual exact product that they want, right? And so we'd submit this campaign for review, and then basically, guys, you'd just be showing up naturally with your PPC campaigns down here in the right corner. And you can check if it's profitable. If it is, keep doing it. Maybe you can do it on some of the other top competitors, right? You see that there's a top 5 in the organic, and you're advertising on every single one of them, right? And you're getting a huge amount of traffic that you can't otherwise guarantee, right? Because with Amazon PPC, you cannot always guarantee those impressions. You can't always guarantee spending your whole budget. But with AMS, it gives you the power of advertising on listings you know for sure are getting a huge amount of organic traffic.